we are. Right, welcome, Lockdown Workshop. Another one, another bikes. This is we've got a whole load of bikes in at the moment. This is number 2. We've just done number 1. That was the white Ventura. Anyway, right, so this one, saw it on Facebook. It's one of the ladies who's a lifeguard swimmer for the swim section. Yeah, she's managed to kill it. Spot what's wrong. I'll give you a clue. Yeah, that doesn't usually look like that. So it's snapped in there. So that should be that way by quite a lot more. And that's actually snapped there as well. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to save that, which is a good job because we bought another one anyway. Actually, just out of curiosity, I think it's a 6 on this one. It's a 5, 6. Let's see if we can straighten it. No, I think there's a 5. Got another way. See if we can get it to go a bit straighter. Still not straight. Nearly straight. Right, that's straight. It's just the rest of the stuff that isn't. I don't think we're going to be able to salvage this. We'll have a look at it, see if we can parts, but basically that's what's happened. The derailleur got bent because she had a jumper on and the sleeve went down, got caught in the chain, and it went round and the jumper got eaten into that, so this got pulled inwards. She tried to straighten it out, set off riding, and that caught the spoke and basically just wanged it all the way up, round and into next week. So yeah, it's not in a good. See, I probably could have got this going on with a bit of a stick. I might have been able to get this going. That's still not quite right in the. Just out of curiosity, can you bend this back into shape? Without stabbing myself in through the heart with an Allen key. It's got a bit of play on it now, like. I don't know if there's a bit missing actually. I thought there was supposed to be a catcher on there. Maybe not with these, because these are a shadow, aren't they? I don't know why it's got that extra linkage in, to be honest. You could probably get rid of that. Now I think the chain is bent as well, which obviously isn't helping. And that's still not where it should be. It's proper mullered, isn't it, that? Nearly. Right, back again. Actually, we're having a little bit of success here. I'm not gonna keep this derailleur. It's absolutely mullered, but it's just entertaining me at the moment. I'm finding it amusing to see if we can actually do this. I'll get it somewhere near when it's shifting. Pulling funny faces again. Right. It's still wrapped slightly, I can feel it. I think that wants to come that way a bit. And that way a bit. Maybe not that far. think that's that bit that needs squeeging together a bit more. Look at that! Who'd have thunk it? It's riding up on that one. I'm not entirely sure how it's going up and down, but yeah, I think there's something not quite right there, because that's touching the bottom of there, so that shouldn't really be doing that. I suspect it's this piece here is not where it should be, so we might be missing something. I suspect that's what's wrong there. Something snapped off there, and that's supposed to be up there. We might be able to simulate that by actually tightening it up. It needs indexing, but hey, it's working. So out on the trail, we probably could have got ourselves home with that one. Right, enough playing silly beggars now. Let's get it off. So the chain is twisted. The chain's bent as well, which isn't helping. So the chain's coming off and the derailleur's coming off. So let's get that off now. As well is, while we're here, let's check the state of the right, let's have a, these split links are probably alright, because I don't think the chain's worn, it's just bent. Let's just check the wheel's not buckled. It's got a little bit of movement, so I suspect one of the I suspect a couple of these need a bit of adjustment, but it's not massively out. We'll sort that out after we've got the derailleur sorted out. Chuck this in the parts bin for parts. It's there's quite a lot of that's bent. Oh, let's just stop messing about with that. Don't think we're going to get that out of there, are we? No. Can we get it off? Yes. Yeah, that's a bit bent and mullered, but we'll shove that back on there and put it in for another day. Somebody needs some parts off this. I think the actual main body of it's all right. It's just the derailleur and the swing hanger, the shadow hanger. I'll try that in a minute. Oh yeah, that's pretty badly bent. I don't think I'm going to be able to reuse that bit anyway. Right, let's get this off. There is something else that's wrong with this bike as well. The The back brake needs bleeding, so I don't think that contributed towards any of the carnage. Right, I think that is supposed to be there, but where it's that's why it was a problem. That's supposed to be there. That's supposed to hook behind there, and when it got bent out of the way, that's dropped down. Yeah, it has snapped. Yeah, I think that's Mullerinoed. We didn't do a bad job of getting that straight. Right, fortunately, did a bit of research. So that is this is a Shimano Acera, which is an M3000, which is one step below the Derailleur, which is where I would have said the Altus was, because you used to get the Altus on road bikes and mountain bikes, but you've got these now. Sorry, not the Altus, the Alveo. But then when I started doing some research, it came up with an M3100, and it turns out the M3100 is slightly easier to get hold of and slightly cheaper, but is absolutely identical to the M3000, only it's black and it says Alveo on it. Alveo. So let's just do a quick comparison. So you can see they're pretty much identical. They're both 9-speed. They are absolutely identical. It's a little bit more sculpting on that bit. If anything, these look slightly better, and they're black. But the hangers are the same, the shifters are the same, the mechanisms are the same. Apart from obviously this one's mullered and that one's not. But no, everything else is the same. If you look at it there, it's the same. It's got the same hanger on it, everything. It's got the same derailleur cage. The only differences I can see is that and that, but that might have got knocked off. That looks like it's a press back. Anyway, let's stick it on. Hope for the best. Right, so that's against the stop tooth. You can see there's a shadow design. The whole thing's designed to hide behind this piece here. So if you hit anything, you're not going to hit the derailleur and knock it into the wheel. Everything's tucked away behind itself. It's quite clever how they work. I mean, and this is quite a low end one as well, so for it to be shadow, that's quite good. It just shows the float they are passing down the technology, which is what I like about Shimano. They do a good job of that. Right, one thing we do need to do is get that fastened back under there. That's obviously got mullered off. Probably had a clip, but I might have some clips somewhere. But I think where it is, I think we're probably better off with this, with a tie. Those clips do have a habit of coming off a lot. In fact, what I might do is I might put 2 clips on just to be on the safe side. Should have got a bigger clip. Let's put a bigger clip on. Get that one off. That didn't work well. Just go and get a pair of snips, Mark. No, let's use this tool for something completely inappropriate and then eat your fingers in it. Because we do it right, because we do it twice. Oh, I'll be looking for that later. There we go. That ain't going nowhere. You know what I said about that thing we're looking for? I found it. Let's put a tool back. There you go. Right. Just have a quick look where that's supposed to go. So we're going to have to do some adjusting once as well. So it's very similar to that one we've just done. We need to have a look at so one we've just done that's on another video that you won't have seen yet, possibly. So that's probably you can't see where it is because it's in the way. Right, so that needs to come down a fair bit. Nope. I think we're going to need the chain on because the derailleur's in the way for me to see what I'm actually supposed to be doing it, but bend that out of the way. Right, let's get the chain on. Are we 9 speed or 10 speed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good, because that's what I bought. Right. We'll do it this way. I didn't want to do it that way around. Right. I'm never quite sure whether to which way you feed these. Now I've got it right. I guessed right. Where's my chain splitter gone? I'll show it to me pocket and then I'll chuck it up here. Right. Chain splitter, where are you? Had it 2 minutes ago. So what's on that heap of stuff? Well, I've walked over here with it. That's for certain. Well, I chucked it in here. I used it on the other bike. You see it on the floor. I didn't use it on this one, did I? So, there we go. Get you, Mr. Hooky. Get you, Mr. Hooky. And then put them together. the executive decision to use these. There's a direction of travel for them. Not this one. That speed. So it is the other way around. That's it. This was a little bit of a pop with the popometer. Right. Oh, that's odd. I suspect I know what this is. Right, let's check the alignment for that one. Right. Right, so I think the problem is here, it's the top one's not adjusted enough. Right, it just wants to go a little bit more. A little bit more. Put a bit more on there. Let's just try the other ones. Right, gear's done. Right, next job, that brake, because I'm actually on the bar there and it's not stopping it. So I think they need bleeding. So we'll go walk about for this bit so I can show you. Come on, focus. Right, so that's the bleed hole for this one. Usually tells you on it what oil system it uses, either mineral or DOT. Do not mix them. They are not compatible, they will not work, you will cause all sorts of bad things to happen. I believe that's the bleed hole for the back. Now I've got a bleed kit or it could be that actually. I think it's that. I think that's the bleed. Could be wrong. It's difficult to tell. No, I suspect that's the bleed, and we're going to have to drop the back end of the bike down. I really don't know this gear setup. Yeah, I think that what they are is they're the two halves of the casing. So that's the bleed. So I think that's the bit we've got to open up. They're the two halves of the gear of the casing itself. It's a twin piston setup. So we'll crack on and see if we can get them sorted out. I mean, it stiffens up if you keep pumping it, but it's almost down to the thing. I think that's only done that because I've moved it. It doesn't feel. No, it's gone all the way back down again. You pump it, they come back. As soon as you let them off, you're back to the thing again. So it's got air in the system. We need to bleed that out. Right, so I've got it all fastened down. You can see I've lashed the front wheel, so that's not going to move around. I need this roughly so it's up. We're going to drop that into there. So the first thing I need to do is get that undone, and I think it looks like a Torx. I'm pretty sure that's the bleed hole. That's to take the thing off, but I'm pretty sure that's the bleed hole. It's going to be a small Torx, a very small Torx. No, next one up probably. Nice colour these Torx spanners. Might even be a 10. It's probably Torx, they fit, but it's better checking. That's it. So I could have opened it with the other one, but it wouldn't have done it any good. Right, so that's the right one. Let's just stick that in there. Bear with me, I need to go and fill up my little cup. Right, don't know how much you got there. Right, so we've got it strapped down. We've got the little reservoir thing that's going to go in here. And I've got to get this out now without dropping this screw and without dripping too much of the mineral oil on the floor. And this is where we find it doesn't fit. That's rubbish. Right, let's shove that back in there and go to plan B. Right, so plan B with this one is we haven't got anything that fits that. I am just going to go and check that I'm not missing something here, and that's not the bleed hole, and I've just opened up the wrong thing. I suspect I've just opened up the wrong thing. Looking at it now in another way, because these are fairly standard, so for it to not fit, that's a bit of a weird one. I suspect this is it here. Do you like my Garmin 3HR? Right. I'm going to put that there so we don't lose it. And we're going to have another go at this. So this time we'll put it in first. So it should screw in. It's looking a bit more promising. So we'll put this on the floor and then we can kick it over. I don't think that's screwing in, but I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. I'm not gonna let it upset me. But I think it is sat on the rubber seal. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drop that out and hope for the best. In the meantime, we're going to put the plunger together. Just need to make sure we got all the air out of the syringe. I'm sucking some fresh. Right. All we need now is to find out what size bleed nipple that one is. Hopefully it's the same size thing, but we're just going to check because we're not sure. Haha. Good job we checked. Now there are many ways you can do this. I'm going to do it the same way I'd do a motorbike. So I'm just going to keep running it backwards and forwards and then leave it with a slight bit of pressure left on the plunger and do it. But what we do need to do first, actually, before we go any further with this one, I need to put that back in because I've just realised I've not bled the caliper, and the caliper most likely does need bleeding. So to bleed the caliper, it's just very slowly in and out. What I'm looking for, I'm just looking for air bubbles coming in and out. Of course, it could be the actual seals in the master cylinder that are gone, but I'm not seeing any signs that there's any oil leakage other than what I'm whizzing around in here. So I suspect the air is down there. The air is down there. Now what's going to happen is that this is going to absolutely flood out there because we've got the top open, but we'll just call that a gravity bleed. That one. Right, so I've got the 2 syringe method going here. So what we're doing is we're just pushing fluid through from one side to the other. You should never pull, because if you pull it'll draw air around any weak seals you've got, and we can see we've got weak seals because we're just pissing it out all over the floor. But I've not seen any air now, so what we're going to quickly do is get this bung back in the top of this one, hopefully. And then we're going to do the same down here, hopefully. This one's a little bit harder because of where it is, but we'll give it a go. Mr. Twatface from Twat's Faceville has a go. Yes, I will be cleaning the brake discs, and yes, I have not contaminated the pads because I haven't turned the pads over, and yes, I could have taken the wheel off and taken the pads out and put a block in between, but it's not worth it, and I don't think any of this has gone anywhere near there. Right, let's see if we've cracked it. Oh yes, we got it that time. Brilliant. So the reservoir method, I don't like it. It's more of a thing you do on mountain bikes and motorbikes. The push and pull method is a much better way of doing it, and that's got it every time. It's how I would bleed shocks, and if I was putting a new system together. So you push it through from one side until you see all the bubbles come out, you push it through from the other. In theory, if you get about 100 ml liquid, is it 100 ml? If you get a good syringe full of liquid anyway, that's more than it can hold in the reservoir and the line all the way down anyway. So you could see what we've done is effectively we've completely flushed the system now with fresh fluid as well. So even if it's become hydrated, it's because it's a is it an acquiescent liquid? I can't remember what they call it now, but it's basically it absorbs water into the liquid, so that's fine. They feel really good now. Just give that a really thorough clean over again. Same with the back, and then we'll get the I think it's mainly been pissing out around the valve and down the frame, so none of it's gone anywhere near the wheels, and most of it's on the floor. And just because Mr. Twatface is watching, brake clean. Yes, I'm spinning it after the thing, but I'd already cleaned that bit that went through first. Shouldn't really be on there in the back, but we'll wipe it down anyway. Right, I think we might have cracked that one as well. Now, it had got a little bit of a buckle in the wheel, so we'll just have a quick look at that. Right, so that on there was pulling. Don't move. Spoke key. Right, so it's those two. I suspect these are the two that took the brunt of the derailleur because they do feel a bit loose. Bit more on these two. I think we've cracked that. Call that one a win. And the brakes work. Right, we'll give Rachel a bell and tell her her bike's ready for repair. That was proper mullered. Anyway, that was actually not too bad. Nice to have one that's fairly straightforward. Derailleur straight on, chain straight on, gears worked first time. Okay, we had to faff about a bit with the bleeding, but it's not a brake I would normally bleed, this one. So I've never done a Tekra before. I normally do Shimano, you know, the top end ones. So it's good to know the kit doesn't work at all with these, and I've had to improvise, but it's a fairly decent kit. It allows you to improvise, so I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, that's good. It's not hitting the thing, so we'll close that one down. Hope that's been useful. Bit different, bleeding brakes, mangled derailleur. It's better than the usual tired, dead, poor things that we normally get in. Anyway, right. Just close that one down, move on to the next one. You'll like the next one. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see if we can edit this into something that's half watchable. Or not, just let it go.